hell did it come from?
No idea.
Scenes from the highly popular show Under the Dome on CBS. Joining us right now from our New York studio, executive producer of Under the Dome, Neal Baer. And Neal, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. You know, so many of us try to be good at one thing. Here you are, Harvard Medical School, practicing pediatrician. You've been an advocate for teen issues, a writer for ER, Law and Order, Under the Dome. You're the executive producer. Your new book, Kill Again, which has really captivated readers. And there's the front cover of that book. You know, as someone that went to Harvard Medical School and has now kind of made this turn to Hollywood, can you talk about what did you think about when you wanted to make that turn into the Hollywood industry?
I was actually a TV writer before I went to medical school. I went to film school in Los Angeles at the American Film Institute, and I thought, you know, I don't know if I'm going to make it, so I better have another career. So I went to Harvard to medical school, and in my fourth year, the script for ER that Michael Crichton wrote in 1969 was discovered in a trunk in Steven Spielberg's office, and I was called and I read it and I said, it's like my life, it's only outdated, and the next thing I knew, I was working on it for the next 7 years.
Under the Dome really tackles so many different issues, a drama entering its third season, issues of safety, security, gun control. What do you hope people get out of the show beyond just the really compelling drama?
Well, it's a parable for our times. We all live under a dome, a biodome, and we're facing sustainability, declining resources, and it's just intensified under the dome. So what their story is could be something that we might be facing in the future. So I think it's great for us to think about how can we work together as a group to solve these problems, and that's what this season is about, the individual versus the group. We need individuals to be creative, but they can't all just be going in their own separate directions, or the group will never be able to cohere and make things happen or work together to address ecological problems. So that's what our show is about, this tension between faith and science, individual and the group, and I think that appeals to people.
Well, people have been talking about Planned Parenthood a little bit in the last couple of days. The video that has surfaced with the executive negotiating for fetal body parts as a pediatrician. What was your reaction when you saw this?
Well, I thought it was, you know, an unfortunate situation. When I did Law and Order Special Victims Unit, I did an episode about teen access to abortion, and we did it very carefully and respectfully, highlighting the issues. And I think when people are put into a situation where they don't know what the circumstances are, this doctor was talking to people and she didn't really know what the circumstances were. It was used against her in that sense, and it does highlight, though, the real you know, volatile issues involved, but a tape doesn't really get at the whole situation, and the number of abortions has really decreased over the last few years, and the number in the second trimester has decreased. So, you know, it wasn't an honest attempt to really discuss the problem, and I think that that's what's really a shame. We need to have honest discussions, not setups.
The book, again, is called Kill Again. And if we could talk a little bit about that, because here you are discussing, you know, this madman, this razor-sharp madman. How do you get yourself in the head of a lunatic to actually write dialogue and to come up with such a compelling story?
Well, it's therapeutic because you get to live these lives, but it's only make-believe, and so you don't go out and do it. And that happened with SVU. Certainly, I find it interesting to explore the dark side of human nature and the joyful side as well. And I do that in my TV shows, and I do that in my books. And so this is really an exploration of this very disturbed individual and a doctor who has devoted her career to helping these people. She's a forensic psychiatrist, and so I find sort of the fundamental questions really interesting. Like, for instance, in this, are we born this way? Are people born bad, or are they made bad through nurturing and the circumstances, or are they biologically bad? And I don't think we have a clear answer to those questions, and we struggle as a society. And I think we need to think about those issues more, and we're learning more about them as we learn more about the neuroscience of behavior.
Another thing we struggle with as a society is health care. You are proud of your work at the Venice Family Clinic. In about 20 seconds, tell us a little bit about that and how you're really helping people without health care.
Well, the Venice Family Clinic is their largest free clinic in the United States, and they are devoted to providing services to people who can't afford them and are have fallen through the safety net. And through UCLA and our Global Media Center for Social Impact, we're looking at how we can tell stories to help people improve their health. And one way is through a new book that we contributed to called Soda Politics, and we're going to be exploring how sodas are.
All right, we appreciate so much all your good work. Once again, the book is called Kill Again, and we're coming right back.